Hello guys, MD865 here. You know it was a big fucking mistake to actually think I could record this before and have it be successful? I'm Jack Atlas. No, but really this thing is aka Bakura. Uh, so that's the thing. 100 Eyes Dragon is the signature card of one of the Dark Signers, one of the signature cards of them. Moon Dragon Kuya, which is from actually 5Ds as well. It's actually, and Sun Dragon Inti's in here too. Produced by Goodwin. Yes, and Crimson Blader. Crimson. The fact they reprinted this is fucking ridiculous. Because Crimson's pretty good, and while I'm going off about how good some of these cards are and kind of explaining them, I'm gonna go off on something else. I talked about last video, maybe it was 2 ago, and I apologize for those. The audio quality was just, I don't know what the frick happened to it. It was a little glitchy, a little bullshitty. So I may either re-upload those or just like I said, take them down or whatever. But I don't know if I really want to do that. I'm not feeling that. So I might just leave them. People have to grin and bear it. You can kind of suck it up, deal with it. But yeah. So this guy got reprinted. But you know, I was talking about hypocrisy. You know, here's the thing. You know what, guys? Anyone in your lives, guy or girl, who's like this, and I'm not talking necessarily hypocritical. In a sense, I am. I'm gonna explain something. If someone tells you something, here's the perfect example. One of the perfect examples. Okay. Someone expects everything of you, but then they don't want to give an inch. Really? Audacious much? Second thing, that's why my eyes were like so, because that ticks me off. That gets me very, grinds my gears a little bit. Hey Peter, what grinds your gears? But no. My stupid impressions aside, that does grind my gears. What also does, imagine being told by someone, anyone you know, doesn't matter, guy, girl, who cares. The point is, if you're told by anyone, because you would assume this means the person does not have codependency issues. They don't, yeah, you know, I don't like being attached to someone at the hip or people to the hip, you know, or I don't like being attached to this, that, the other one, herb to their fucking derp. Let me explain something to people right now. When someone says that, and then no matter what age they are, usually this happens freshman, sophomore in college, occasionally junior, but normally the first two a little more. When someone suddenly is like, but then they, you know, go off into college, and this actually happened with my girlfriend too, but it's a different story. When someone does that, and then says that, and then they go off to college, they're like, oh, but no, I'm gonna do this, that, the other, I'm gonna go with this one here, this one there, do everything with this person. You're a crimson hypocrite. Everyone see what I did there? Blazing crimson fire, get it? He's fire in the background. Everyone fucking get that? Isn't that nice? You know, you didn't get that. You're pretty freaking slow on the uptake, but that's okay. That's okay. You know, it's whatever. I'm slow on the uptake before like 10 in the morning, so it's okay. Then again, I don't know many people in the age bracket of 16 and 25 who aren't. So that's the rhetorical point. I always see someone with iced coffee or Red Bull or some bullshit Monster first thing in that fucking morning time frame if they have to be up. So next point is that someone says that, and then they're like, no, you know, maybe I'll go do this with this one. Really? What that does to me is the person doesn't know what the fuck they want. That's numero uno. Numero dos, now I'll put Crimson down. Like, Crimson's really good, though. It used to be. It's still decent. The Age of Synchros has died slightly, but it's still around. Synchros are alright as an archetype. Definitely not as OP as they used to be. Definitely not as awesome. But, you know, they're still cool and they're still there. So, you know. It's whatever. Yeah. It's just awesome. Anyway, so pretty cool. And notice all the ones I showed off were synchro cards. I noticed that right now. Every single one of them. Quia, Blader, 100 Eyes Dragon, Majestic Red Dragon. Every one of them. There are 3 dragons and 1 warrior. So irony much. The warrior is supposed to slay the dragons. And they're shooting Quasar, although I don't think anything's slaying that. 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense. Shooting Star Dragon. What the fuck is that? Alright then. They also have some interesting Blackwing cards in this set, including but not limited to Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, which is actually really broken in Blackwing. I think this was limited for a while. It's really good. Like, super amazing. I don't know. There's a bunch of Blackwing shit in here, too. There's a lot of it. Well, Blackwing Sirocco the Dawn is very notable, too. I should probably point that one out. That one's pretty cool. So there's that. So, like I said, if so, that's pretty much the gist of the set. I mean, I wish I got to show off all the cards. I'm not going to get to, because that fucking recording screwed me as usual. So, it's a lot of warriors, a lot of dragons, a lot of Blackwing stuff. A lot of that. Pretty cool. Very interesting. Some Nordic beasts. But yeah, it's definitely decent. It's on a legendary column. This is the tin it comes in. So obviously you know it's 5Ds. If you don't know it's 5Ds, well then you actually could be blind. If you are blind, I feel bad for you because it says Legendary Collection 5Ds right there, like legitimately right there. If my webcam's good enough to show it. So there's that. That's the thing, and those are all the characters, whatever. Now, like I said, that aside, people do that like, oh, but they. See, the thing is, guys, intrinsic traits, ingrained traits, shouldn't change the drop of a dime just because you meet some new people, whatever. That's a load of horseshit. So it wasn't that ingrained, therefore the person doesn't know what the fuck they want. Therefore, they're about as conflicted as a 16-year-old girl deciding to take who to take to prom, rather. Like, seriously, that's about how conflicted they probably are. I mean, well... maybe they're not that conflicted. If a 16-year-old has a boyfriend, never mind. They're not that conflicted. Never mind. But still, point remains. A lot of them, you know. Some get like oh, whatever. 2 guys ask them, they get like, oh, they got all flustered, whatever. It's called pick. Like, you have to eventually. Not that I'm one of this. Giving dating advice, believe me. Considering the first real girlfriend I had at 18 was kind of, yeah, that. Okay. Push that aside for a sec. But yeah. Yes, I'm drinking water. Yes, I always have water because I'm thirsty. The idiot who makes the joke about that, you will be just go the frick away. So yeah, there's that. Like I said, it's that those kind of things don't change that easily. It's like, especially when I start ignoring other people in favor of people. Like, oh, or like my girlfriend once. This just pissed me off. But she suddenly, but see, and that's the good thing. That's the thing about any relationship. It's give or take. It's, if someone doesn't give you, like, you know, an inch and wants to be like a total, like, dick, like, about things, if you get my drift, like, and if you don't, well, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's the thing, like, because she was mad at me for something that I told her 3 months into our relationship, and it's like, babe, I told you this, so you have no right to be mad at me. And basically, and then she didn't really tell me what it was at first, and then finally, I sort of put 2 and 2 together, I'm like, oh, it's probably X, Y, and Z, and I was 150% correct. So, she told me, we talked, and whatever, and blah, 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 it was bullshit. So, and basically, you know, you have to kind of gloss over, and that's good. And the thing is that what also irritates me is that and this is the other thing. It's like if someone has plans, oh, you know, but they change them at the drop of a hat for someone else. Oh, because, you know, or even it's like, I don't know, any plans, like to do with home life or college or whatever, and then suddenly, instantly the plans change. Like, you know, you're going to come home, then you're not, because you're like, oh my God, this person told me about this. I have to stay. See, if I had plans and I had made, like, my word to my family, I ain't about to go back on my promise. I don't do that. I don't go back on promises. Well, then again, because I'm actually loyal and I actually know, like, you know, and keep my word. I'm not, you know, case in point, person doesn't know what they want if someone's like that. I'm not a very fickle human being, and I know what I want. I'm not like, I guess in a sense, hypocritical ass. Because that's kind of what it is. That's kind of what someone's being if they do that. The other thing is, and believe me, I tell everyone I'm talking about this to their face too if I saw them. Believe me, there are a couple people I'm actually talking about, probably like 4 people I'm talking about, and I would tell them all to their face, every last one of them. They get an earful from me because that's how I am. I don't like, I'm not about to like, beat around issues. I don't do that. That's not me. Because if you do that, it just festers under the surface. The other thing is hang on, people. I apologize. But yeah. So basically, so basically, so basically, what was I saying? I don't know. It's just like someone does that, like, said, probably doesn't know what they want, and it's just like, really? It's like, oh yeah, just like my girlfriend too. Same example as I was referring to, a sort of more of a generalish example, while at the same time kind of referring to something. But my girlfriend's also did. My girlfriends. Wow, girlfriend also did something similar to this. She we had a date planned a couple weeks back, probably 2 weeks now. And we had a plan for 3 days. She messaged me that I was like, oh man, I have to help my girlfriend do this. I'm like, babe, we were gonna go on a date tomorrow. Uh, I mean, and the reason being because I couldn't do Thursday or Friday of that week, so I was really pissed off. I mean, then Saturday night was the only time I could do, and then even that was a little bit iffy. Sunday I knew I couldn't do. I'm like, babe, I'm like, we had this planned out. What are you doing? See, logic. Then she, but just logic, guys. Logic of women. Logic. Like I said, but then blame me for something I told her 2.5, 3 months into the relationship. Just like the other people, hypocritical people I'm talking about, like, I was like, oh, but suddenly, especially the people, like I said, ingrained traits, like where, they're not influenced by anybody easily, don't be attached to hip, all bold statements like that, and very, very just, sort of definitive-ish statements. And then it's like, oh no, I can change the drop of a hat. I can flip on a drop of a dime. I'm sorry, what? If it hurts someone else because you're not talking to them or you're attached to these other people, you're doing X, Y, and Z, I don't see where that applies unless the person has no empathy and has no conscience. That's all I'm saying. I don't. Anyone see how that applies? I really don't. I'm just being honest. I don't. Maybe I'm just dumb and I'm missing something. And don't give me that free will crap. Free will's. I won't get. Part of me wonders at times how much we actually have free will. Because if we're so easily influenced by those around us, is that free will? Are we exercising our own ability to decide? Or are we influenced? Think about that in your heads. Yeah, wrap your minds around that for a minute. Ridiculous bullshit. Like, think about it. I know it sounds almost borderline philosophical in a sense, but it kind of is. It's kind of esoteric shit. But you know what? Deal with it. Because that's honestly, if someone's like a malleable piece of clay, which means basically easily able to be sculpted with and messed with and kind of like sort of fit to a certain design, that's how people are. It's kind of pathetic, honestly. They have no will of their own, not strong enough will to say, hey, no, I'm already doing that. I can't. But then they did before. But suddenly, oh, I changed. No, for this one, I'll do this. It's one thing, in a sense. If it's your significant other, it's a family member. If that's one thing, it's a little more excusable. But if it's not, if it's like a friend, and someone you haven't even known that long, that's what pissed me off about, see, my girlfriend, I'll go back to her now. The thing is with this, is that she knew this girl, let me tell her on something, 2 years. 2. Count 2. Dose. And not Zapdos. Just dose. Okay? And she's known me 5. Because I knew her when I was going out with my first girlfriend. That upsets me. Quite a bit. Because I'm a little more over it now, because obviously it was 2 weeks. I really don't give a shit. After about 2 weeks, I kind of try not to dwell on shit. Wow. So, but it still kind of upsets me even now, because it's like, no, we're not talking about it. But it's like, you have the audacity, and that doesn't, and she had planned to end the relationship with me a few months ago, because, well, I wouldn't say why. The reason was asinine as hell. And start me on that. But, the thing is, and that thing about good relationships, things can be smoothed over and glossed over, and, you can kind of just forget about them, like each other's flaws, whatever, and that's what she and I have kind of done, and that's good, because That's more what a healthy relationship is, and also at the same time a non-codependent one and clingy one. Because we only spend about 2-3 days a week together. We don't spend like 5-6 days every waking moment, like oh, so in love. I'm 23 and I'm gonna be blunt. She just turned. That's right. She just turned 22 like a couple months back. Let me be honest with people right now. Let me be honest. Okay. At that age, I don't care. Some teenagers say, I'm so in love, like 15, 16, 17. You know what the fuck love is. Give me a damn break. You know what love is. It's called puppy love, yeah. That's what it's called. You don't know when the ones actually come along. It's not that age, I'll tell you that for damn sure. I know. I mean, I'm going to be 8 years older than that. I was 7 years, but I'll tell you for damn sure I wasn't. I didn't know how many girls I really paid attention to at that age. Not much. More focused on schoolwork and more whatever. I wasn't really. There were like 2 girls that I crushed on, but I have no courage to ask them out. Hell no. Hell no. So in the middle of the time, I was spineless too. But it's people who stay spineless little jellyfish, like malleable pieces of clay, who get influenced by every single person around them, every human being, and in doing so hurt other people who supposedly matter, and they care about all this other crap, just like my girlfriend. I'm sorry, guys, I was squinting. I'm checking the time. Yeah. But like I said, like my girlfriend, and like, other people who, supposedly care about you, which, gee, if you really care about me, why are you hurting me? There's a concept. There's something else to chew on. Same goes for free will, what I said about that earlier. I know it sounds a little more, and it is a little more philosophical, but again, it's not bad. It's food for thought, It's just something like, if you have free time, mull it maybe a little bit if you feel like it. Because honestly, it's not technically wrong. And why am I so itchy? It's not actually wrong. And the thing is, like I said, if someone cares to someone, why are they hurting? Logic. Because apparently we think free will, so-called free will, entitles us to hurt other people. That's genius, isn't it, guys? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that what wonderful that's what the world is today? Isn't that great and spectacular? I answered myself, meaning that was a rhetorical question. Hell no again. Hell no. But yeah, it's just like, and I'm being not easily influenced to like, oh yeah, I'll change my plans, drop a dime. For what? Like, if it's significant other, I understand more. If it's not, that's just fucked up. And that's just idiotic logic. But yeah, guys, I don't really understand that. I don't think I ever will, so whatever. It's not good logic, and it's not, like, good, practice as a human being to do that. And change ingrained traits, like I said, meaning you probably don't know what you want anyway. And stuff like, introvert, extrovert, stuff like that does not change that easily. Like this, like, oh my god, I'm extrovert, or now I'm extrovert, now I just want to spend all my time alone. Or I'm introvert, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to go out and meet people. Socially awkward. I mean, I know that feeling, because honestly, I'm kind of like that myself. But at the same time, and I'm not trying to make fun of that, because honestly, being introvert's hard. It is. Extrovert, a little easier. I mean, I'm on the cusp, thankfully. But then introvert just doesn't go, let me go be Mr. Social Gadfly. And an introvert doesn't do that. I'm sorry to tell you people, an introvert doesn't fucking do that. It doesn't just like oh, like you wave a magic wand, it's like, oh, it's like you're a wizard, Harry. Now wave the wand and make that introvert an extrovert. It does not work like that, guys. It just doesn't. And that was the best Hagrid I could do, which is freaking pathetic. But in all reality, it's like, I just don't know, like, how that, I don't believe that changed. It's almost a metamorphosis. I don't believe it could happen that fast to anyone. I mean, see, that's what I mean. My girlfriend, that's the one thing about her. She stayed consistent with that, at least. Like, that's the thing. And there's certain other people I know who just like, oh no, let me go totally extrovert now as introvert. And the other thing is, when you tell someone something earlier, like in life, or like a couple years, 2 years before, a year before, and then later they're like thinking to themselves, maybe even in quiet moments, they think to themselves, oh, he was right. Whether it's via text or via actual conversation, and they have like that magic epiphany moment, and it's like the light bulb, like that little Edison light bulb goes off, like, holy shit. And people have to excuse how animated I am. A, I'm tired. B, I'm Italian, so I make a lot of hand motions and motions anyway. And C, I'm kind of salty and kind of pissed off by a lot of things. So I apologize. I'm a little bit very fidgety, actually. Not a little, very, very fidgety. So, but yeah, it's like, wow, did you just realize I was right? Well done. Well bloody done. You must be a freaking genius. Holy hell. But anyway, yeah, some people like that are just, they're hypocrites and they're kind of dickish in a sense. People like that. They really are. Some of the traits I just described. Not my girlfriend necessarily, more of the other people I was talking about. Or they could be. Who knows? They haven't proven otherwise yet. So. Especially because when they talk to everyone else, just like, oh, yeah, you know. But they don't talk to you. Because, like I said, apparently people think free will is an excuse to hurt people. Or fear, or whatever excuse they have. Whatever their stupid, illogical reasoning is. I don't know what reasoning there could possibly be. But, whatever. So, whatever. People are just, no idea. No idea, guys. So, but yeah. No clue. I was waiting for 2 texts, one from my girlfriend, and one from someone else, and I have not gotten either one, which irritates me. Oh well. But yeah, guys. Then I got on my text thing. What did I text him? What was it? Oh yeah, 20 minutes, 25 ago. That's not too bad. Okay. If it takes like an hour 15, hour 30 more, I'm starting to get a long way. Whatever. He'll probably get back to me. Usually does. So yeah. Usually does. But yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I really wish that I were recording and fucked up, guys. I'm sorry. I said I would show off some more cards. I mean, this is the stack of cards I actually got. So it pisses me off I couldn't show off all of them, but, people have to live with it. Oh, that's pretty cool, too. Black Salvo. It's a so-called Dark Tuner. Dark Tuners, guys, what people don't realize, I don't think there's actual Dark Tuners, like in the anime. They're just Dark Tuner monsters, like Dark Attribute, but Tuners. I think that's what it means. God knows if I'm right. Whatever. So, but yeah, pretty interesting set, in my opinion. So, people have a chance to get it at any point, get it. It's not bad. Interesting cards for Dragon players. Some cool fiends. 100 Eyes Dragon is a little bit of a weird summoning requirement, which I'm really not fond of. I want to have Majestic Dragon. Isn't that phenomenal? What a fucking waste. But yeah, guys. So, that's about it. God, I can get Majestic Dragon now. Great. Oh, boy. Fun. Alright, guys. So, I'm out of here. Peace out, and I hope people enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm sorry for my hyper fidgety. I'm just... Some people really just grind my gears. But yeah, at least me and my girlfriend are pretty good right now. At least it seems like, so that's good. But yeah, guys, I'm out of here. Peace out.